Hello, welcome back to my channel Boma's Home. In our previous class we talked about cement. We did the calculations for 4 grades of concrete, and today we'll be dive into the second part of it, which is sand. So we'll be doing the calculations for this 4 grade of concrete to determine the quantities of sand that will be required in this grade of concrete. In one of our videos, we advised that sand that will be required for our concrete should be free from impurity, mud, salt. So all of this, for you to get good qualities of concrete, you have to use a sand that is free from impurity. So today we will be determining the quantities of sand that will be required. Let's dive into it. 5. So which is 1.24 1 1.5 3 1 1 2. So let's establish the density of sand is density (1,600 kg per cubic). So these are the density of sand. So for us to calculate the quantities of sand for M10, sand is 3 over 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10, 10 multiplied by 1.54. This will give us 0.462. If we multiply this by 1,600, it will give us 739 kg. So for M10 of concrete, what will be required is 739 kg of sand, which is also approximately to 0.74 tons. For M15, is 2 parts. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. 1 over 7 multiplied by 1.54, which this is the drying content for concrete. So about 0.44. We multiply this by 1,600 to give us 704 kg of sand, approximately 0.7 tons. While for M20, is equal to 1.5 over 5.5 multiplied by 1.54. This will give us 0.42. If we multiply it by 1600, this will give us 672 kg. 672 kg of sand. While for M25, is 1 over 4 multiplied by 1.54, which is equal to 0.385. If we multiply this by 1,600, it will give us 616 kg of sand. So these are the quantities of sand required per cubic of these different grades of concrete. In our previous class, we make use of this diagram of slab, and our calculation that we have 36 cubic of concrete. So for us to determine the quantities of sand required for this 36 cubic of concrete, so what we'll do is you come to where you're having your M10, which is 739 kg. You come 739 kg, 739 kg multiplied by 36 cubic. So this will give us 26,604 kg of sand, approximately 27 tons. This is in tons. 26,604 kg in kg. For M15, we require 704 kg of sand per cubic. So what that means, it will be 704 multiplied by 36 cubic. So it will require 25,344 kg of sand, which is approximately 25 tons of sand. While for M20, grade 20, it will require 672 kg per cubic kg multiplied by 36 cubic meter. So what will be required here will be 24,192 kg for 36 cubic, approximately 24 tons of sand. While for M20, we require 616 kg per cubic multiplied by 36 meter cube. So we require 22,176 kg of sand, approximately to 22 tons. So this is a simple way of calculating the quantities of sand that are required for each grade or each mix of concrete. Another thing we are going to do is we are going to calculate how to determine the volume of sand that is being delivered. So what is So, it's usually delivered to sites in a truck like this. For you to determine the quantities that are being delivered to your site, so what you do is you consider the So what you do is to determine the quantities of material that are being delivered to you, how accurate they are when you are planning your project. So once it's been delivered to site, you take your measurement, the height, you take your first height, the height of the truck. Let's say this is H1. You take at the highest level of the sand. Let's say this is H2, and at another level here, let's say this is H3. So you come simply, let's assume that your H1 plus H2 plus H3 all over 3. You are trying to find the average of the height. So which is can be equal to, let's say is equal to, this is equal to your H1, let's say your H1 is 1.8 meter, your H2, let's say is 2.2, your H3 is what? 2 meter over 3. So this will give us 6. 6 over 3 will give us 2. So the height of your material will be 2 meter. The next thing we are going to do is to determine the length. So we can call this L1. We can call this L2. So for this is the height. This height. For the length, L1 plus L2 over 2. If this is, let's say this is 6 meter and this is 5.5. L1 is 6 meter, L2 is 5.5 over 2, which is equal to 11.5 over 2. Our average length will be 5.75. So that is our average length, sorry. While for our width, (1.7 meter). So for us to calculate the volume of this sand, what we simply do is, since we've determined our height, or determined our length, and we know our width, 5.75 multiplied by 1.7 multiplied by 2 meter. So this will give us So this will give us 19.55 cubic meter cube. For us to convert this to our kg, remember our density for sand. So we multiply this by 1,600. The answer will be 31.280 kg, which is approximately to 31 tons. What that means is this volume of sand brought to site is 31 tons. So with this, you'll be able to also track the quantities of material that's been required and that's being used on your site. I hope you learned something. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Boma's Home. Thank you. See you in the last part of it, which is our aggregate, our granite.